Hey yo, what is up? Illuminati Madden League. Bradley here. And we are officially in the playoffs. We are officially in the playoffs. We've got a lot to talk about today. It has it has become the custom though that we begin right Illuminati Weekly by talking about bad scheduling. Um, I feel like in the saga of like bad scheduling this season for us, right? Like it started with like PS3V and like his like horrendous scheduling on display, and like he ended up getting booted, and in the whole process like Julian's bad scheduling was kind of put on display too. In the aftermath of Julian's bad scheduling being put on display, Julian would end up leaving. Julian would end up leaving the league. Okay, and he'd have like a couple of dances where like he didn't even like communicate at all in his scheduling journal. I reached out to him. I'm like, Julian, what's up, man? What's going on, right? Because like that's not like him. Julian's usually on his stuff, and he didn't respond. But like Julian's my guy, so like I tried to exhibit patience. But then Buck hits me up, and Buck's like, "Yo, Brad, Julian's done." He sent me a message and said, "Tell Brad I'm done." Ripped my heart out, like I thought Julian was my guy, and he doesn't even respond to me, and he quits the league by proxy by like going to someone else. Like I don't understand. I don't understand, you know? And then to make matters worse, some of you may have noticed this, but Julian was removed from the league. And since Julian has been removed from the league, there is no new Chargers owner. I didn't know this was still a thing. And like the fact that this is still a thing, like shame on EA. We got hit with the 31 user glitch. Like I don't know what to do. Like nobody can join the league as it, right, like no one can join the league as the Chargers. Like as it currently stands, when someone tries to join the league, like the league doesn't even pop up because the league still thinks there's 32 owners. And then like we even tried to like send like physical invites, and when the person tries to join the league off a physical invite, they get an error saying that the league is full. What? EA Sports, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand why Julian quit and the way he did. Julian, if this gets to you, like you broke my heart. And then you broke the league. You broke my heart, Julian, and then you broke the league. Will literally never be complete without Julian. At least until next cycle. As it currently stands, I think the plays continue rolling 31 out of 32. And like if you match up against the Chargers, like you can take a win, you can take a loss, or whatever you want to do. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it to like restart the league for something like that. Like that's way too much work, and bro, I'm lazy. So, yeah. We are in the playoffs. When we hit the Super Bowl, all seriousness, I've tried to stay a little low key, a little low key as we kind of discuss the Julian and the 31 user glitch, because we have like no troll. Like, I'm like dead serious right now. Like, we have a very important thing that we need to discuss. When we hit the Super Bowl, we are going to take a step back and honor another league. For those of you who are familiar with the Loyalty League, and many of you are, because this is a small community, the Loyalty League has had a member in their community by the name of Wells that has struggled with the big C word for a couple of years now. Wells unfortunately passed away. I think it was last week, towards the end of last week. At least that is when Hack reached out. I received a message from Hack, and kind of a group message we have with some other guys, informing us that Wells had indeed passed away. So we send our love and our condolences to Wells and his family and that entire league. If you're in the Illuminati, right? Like, the game's secondary and the community's primary. And it's the same for those guys as it is like any other league, So our heartfelt condolences to all parties. We will dedicate the upcoming Super Bowl to Wells and the Loyalty League. And we'll have more information on that as we get closer. But we send our love to the Loyalty League, holding you guys in prayer. Let's dive into some predictions. So, we are officially in the wild card round. We have our playoff map here. So let's talk about it. Chef over the last couple of days has thrown together a couple of articles, kind of just giving playoff predictions. If you've not seen those articles, do your due diligence and go check those out. They are good reads. Chef, thank you for taking the time out of your day and filling those and throwing those together. Right off the bat, first of all, as we look at this playoff bracket, the first thing that I would like us to address and us to look at, I want to pose a question, right? And the question is simple. As we look at this playoff bracket, where are the upsets? Like, where are the upsets? If there's going to be an upset on this bracket, where's that? There is one game in particular, and I kind of alluded to this already in chat this morning, but there's one game in particular I am looking at, and I think there's going to be a major upset. And it pains me to say this, right? But I think this game down here between the Cardinals and the Lions, I think there's going to be a significant upset. I think that upset is going to involve the Cardinals going over on Doc's Lions. I think that the Cardinals are going to advance. I think the Cardinals are going to advance. I think Doc and his Lions, I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. I've said this. I've hyped Q and his Cardinals basically the entire league, and like nobody is acknowledging me. Like nobody is giving Q his proper respects. He hasn't had a super impressive like season, right? Like it's solid. He's kind of in a weaker division, and he kind of coasted through. He hasn't displayed sheer dominance, but like I'm telling you, don't count him out. I'm telling you, this guy has the capability of going over on Doc, running the table in this game. I've got Q in this wild card game. The one caveat that might be a wrench into it, Q, for those who may not know, he is a college basketball coach. And from what I understand, he is on a recruiting trip as we currently speak. So he has like a small window that he's going to be able to play. I believe it's going to be tomorrow that he has a small window. I've not looked at the scheduling channel to see how it goes. So it's entirely possible that they've established that the small window doesn't work, and Doc will get a force win. But I think though, I got a feeling it's going to get played. I've got a gut feeling. And I think that Q is going to win, which I say that, but I think last time we talked like Super Bowl predictions, I predicted Doc to go to the Super Bowl, but like at that time, like we didn't have like this tournament bracket in front of us. Now the tournament bracket is in front of us. I'm going with Q. It's nothing against Doc, right? Like Doc is absolutely amazing. I want Doc to win a Super Bowl, right? I want Doc to win a Super Bowl. But I don't think it's going to be this season. I think Q, I think, so I don't think Doc has anything to prove in this game, right? Like, we know who Doc is. The pressure, though, I think is on Q to prove who he is. So I think I think that this game, for legacy and narrative sake within kind of the confines of our community, I think this is a must-win for Q. As we look up here at Jumpers Eagles and the Bears, I mean, this is a no-brainer, right? No brainer. Bears, nothing against you, but Jumper's coming away with the dub. Jumper's coming away with the dub. He's going to put up like Jumper for 300 rushing yards. Okay. This other NFC wildcard game, we got H-Coke and we got Brad number 2. How awesome would it be if Brad number 2 got the dub? That's not going to happen, though. Not going to happen, though. H-Coke goes over on Brad number 2. All right, now looking at the AFC, we have here Stinky's Ravens versus Chef's Colts. We are taking the Ravens, and then here we have the Broncos and the Jaguars. I'm not this to me, this game here with the Broncos and the Jaguars, I don't know. Can I go with Chef in this game? My gut says to go with Wade, but like I don't think Wade has like really like I haven't seen any statements from Wade this season, and because of that, think the Jaguars are going to come away with the upset. Here we have Jordan and Luar. This game is pretty much already decided as Luar is out of town until Thursday. So Jordan is going to go over. Okay. Now, as we look at these divisional rounds, we need to rework this because it'll be the high seed versus low seeds, right? From my understanding, if I'm right, the lowest seed will match up against the 1 seed. So, that will move to there, and the Jags will move up to there. We're butchering this bracket. It's fine. I don't care. Okay. Now over here, H Coke will move down, and Q will move up. All right. So let's fill in these holes because I'm kind of let's fill in these holes. Bam, bam, bam. Boom. Oh no. Okay. So let's start with the AFC. No brainer here. No brainer. Oh. Jordan, I love you, but this is a no-brainer as well. Okay. So in the divisional round, we are going to have Cheech and Stinky moving on. You know, I look at... Let's pause a moment. So, looking at this, right? This divisional round here. I just swiftly, no brainer in both contests. I think that moment right there, I think may have proved the debate that we've had all season, right? Based off of Steady's comments that the NFC is the superior division. I think how swift we determine the results in that divisional round, I think it proves Steady right. 2 contenders. I look over here at the NFC side of things and, bro, I don't know. Jumper versus H Coke. I think with this game here, right? Bro. I think there's a lot of bragging rights on the table here. I don't make this decision easy. I don't. This is not an easy decision. H Coke, I'm sorry. H Coke. We're moving Jumper on to the NFC Championship. I want to move Q on. I want to go Cardinals over Packers. I want to go Cardinals over Packers. Steady. I'm sorry. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm going with steady. I'm going with steady. We're going with steady here. Was not an easy choice. I think Q does pull the win out over Doc. I don't think he's going to pull it off, though, over steady. I think Doc is going to take Q to his limits. Right? I think Doc is going to underperform as to what he's capable of, and I think Q is going to like supersede his limits. I think Doc is going to bring the best out in Q. But when he collides with Steady, I think Steady's just a different breed. So, looking at the AFC and NFC championships. Cheech has dominated all season. Cheech has dominated, and I think his domination is going to continue. I think, Cheech is going into this as the 1 seed, but I think most people view Sneaky as like the top guy. I think Cheech is going to silence that. And get the game done. I think Cheech is going to throw the wrench in the MKL Super Bowl in Illuminati, right? And instead of getting the MKL featured Super Bowl, I think we're going to get an MKL versus Kingdom Super Bowl, as I got steady moving on. Which pains me because everyone knows I'm biased, and it's not every day that I don't go with Jumper. Who wins the Super Bowl, though? Cheech or Steady? And if that ends up being the Super Bowl, Cheech for Steady, who wins? I don't know. That, my friends, is a discussion for another day. Those of you in the playoffs, good luck. Peace.